Good evening and welcome to 4 FSU Weather. An Arctic blast is poised to move southward across the country tonight, and that's what we're going to begin tonight with as cold air really begins to settle in.
That's correct, and we could see some big-time cool downs in Canada. Actually, they're seeing temperatures 10 to 50 degrees below average, or below zero, excuse me.
That's right, below zero, almost 50 degrees below zero for some spots in the Yukon and northwestern territories of Canada, and that's in part due to the same air mass that'll be making its way into the United States right now, even impacting parts of the northern plains, providing some wintry weather for the Front Range of Colorado, snow for Denver.
Yeah, they can see a couple inches, and the big story for us is the big deep freeze we're going to be seeing. Temperatures near freezing all along the Gulf Coast.
That's right. The cold air will make it all the way to the Gulf Coast, and the entire Deep South will be feeling the effects of cooler temperatures after a bit of a warm day today and tomorrow. It's going to begin to change over the next couple days into the weekend, talking about Saturday night into Sunday. So
just
we are going to be
seeing the
seeing
holiday season.
Exactly.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. It'd be cool. It'd be like abnormally cool for Florida.
And so it'll put you in the mood if you're ready for Thanksgiving. But cooler temperatures nonetheless. We've got a dynamic forecast coming up, and we're going to be talking about that over the next several segments. A lot of the forecast is really going to be active. But the cold air, we can expect the front to impact our area on Saturday evening, and that's when we'll begin to feel the effects of the cold air.
Back down to the 30s. But right now, we're going to get a look at our overview with Shane.
Thanks, guys. It has been comfortable and gorgeous here, and it's going to stay that way for a few more days. First, we're going to look at the weather headlines, which reinforce that it's going to remain warm for a few more days. A few stray showers possible here or there, and then it's going to get colder when Old Man Winter pays a visit early next week. Our radar and satellite for this region show a few clouds over our region as the passing showers from this morning get on out of our region, with clear skies prevailing afterwards. Now let's take a look at St. George Island, which is on the coast to our south, and they're seeing those cloudy skies with a hint of sunshine to the west at 73 degrees. So it's not raining out there, just a little cloudy, some gorgeous clouds, maybe a sunset as we go down to a low of 62 degrees this evening, to a 20% chance of rainfall, so nothing drastic, just a warm above average evening for a good night to get outside, take a stroll or jog around campus. And now let's send it back to Ryan and Chris at the desk.
Thanks, Shane. And speaking of Thanksgiving, we got a busy travel weekend ahead.
That's right. Almost 40 million people will be traveling on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, but many more will be hitting the roads and the skies before that.
Yeah, actually, of that 40 million, 38.4 will be traveling by auto, and the remaining couple million will be flying by air.
That's right, and good news for automobile drivers. Gas is expected to be below $3 a gallon for many states across the country, so that will certainly alleviate some of the gas pain. But the weather is not doing its part to alleviate things, especially in the southeast where we have a storm system ramping up.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of rain and just not the best airport delays should be expected in Atlanta, and then that should cause a ripple effect across the eastern seaboard and other parts of the country.
That's right, Tuesday into Wednesday, the busiest travel season of the entire year for the country, could be a mess across parts of the southeast, impacting major hubs like Atlanta and Miami. Certainly could be affecting parts of the mid-Atlantic too. So that'll be coming up in the forecast, and we'll get more details on that later on.
Yep, for sure. I-95, we'll keep your eyes out. Hopefully it won't be too drenching wet out there, but give us a look at more of our local weather.
That's right. Right now things are looking pretty clear outside. There's a satellite and radar. A few showers spotty across the Big Bend, but for the most part just some scattered clouds, a mix of clouds and sun for the Big Bend, and that's going to be the trend tonight into tomorrow. Cloud cover really going to be working back into the evening hours, and it's going to keep temperatures pretty mild. It's where we're at right now. Temperatures were pretty warm today. Temperatures in the 70s, most of us almost 80 degrees actually for us here in Tallahassee today. There we go by the numbers. Gotta love these clickers. 78 degrees officially at the airport on the south side of town, 59 only for our low this morning. So things a lot more above average than we've seen the past couple days with these cool downs really getting into the picture. Outside 73 degrees right now. Our moisture levels are creeping up on us. Winds out of the northeast still at 7 miles per hour. We've got a low-level moisture influence, and that's why we've got these clouds overhead, and it's going to stick around through the evening hours. So overcast skies tonight, and these temperatures as a result aren't really going to move all that much. 73 in Tallahassee, 75 in St. Marks, 70 degrees in Thomasville at this hour. So pretty much everybody's hovering right around the 70-degree mark, and they're not going to fall very far from that, mainly into the 60s. A few spots might see upper 50s. Winds again out of the northeast. A dominant ridge of high pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast, providing us with this cool, moist easterly flow. And through the day tomorrow, these are going to begin to relax a little bit and allow the temperatures to really go up just a little bit as the cloud cover kind of decreases, and we'll see a little bit more sunshine in the forecast. Here's the satellite. A lot of low cloud cover through the morning and early afternoon as that northeasterly flow, that wedge as we like to call it, really kind of keeps things cool at the surface and moist. Well, tomorrow this ridge is going to exit as our next big playmaker moves in from the northwest, and things will begin to change a little bit with warmer temperatures in the picture. Here's the setup. We've got a stationary front across the Florida peninsula. Warm temperatures overnight, a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow as that ridge really breaks down, and coming into the picture on Friday and Saturday, our next cold front with that cool blast of Arctic air behind it. That'll be moving in by Saturday night and providing us with some big changes temperature-wise. 62 tonight, again, plenty clouds, warm overnight, keeping moisture levels pretty high and keeping temperatures fairly mild as a result. And tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, we'll see some more sunshine. Temperatures, wouldn't be surprised if we cracked 80 degrees, 78 in Tallahassee at the capital city. A few stray showers are possible, especially along the coastal regions with a 20% chance, some mixed clouds. Your 7-day forecast looks like this. The rain chances stay in the picture. A mix of sun and clouds as the front moves through on Saturday. We might see a few more stray showers in the picture, but really clearing out and cooling down by Sunday into Monday. Now with Tawana for more.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm going to expand a little bit instead of focusing on just the Tallahassee region, spend a little bit more to the southeast, where it is relatively above average for this time of year. It seems not so much that way since we have currently 73 here in Tallahassee, but we actually have above average temperatures. Currently in Orlando, 71, a little bit cloudy. 55 in Montgomery, 55 in Atlanta, a little bit different states there, 62 in Tupelo. So around the area, high pressure is definitely dominating, keeping our skies mostly clear. You can see some of the showers still lingering from the stationary front that is hovering over central Florida, still keeping the moisture and the instability in the air, causing those showers to occur. But the big story is the moisture that is coming our way. Right now, very little moisture. The greens hovering over Orlando where the stationary front is. Lighter colors, darker grays in our area where the dry air is. But on the way, cold front. So Saturday into Sunday, that cold front is going to come and increase our rain chances and bring us that extra moisture into the week. So Futurecast shows stationary front that will just scoot on away and dissipate as a cold front starts to move towards our area starting Friday. And then into Saturday, that's when the real rain chances, Saturday night and into Sunday, start to increase. And after that, temperatures will drop off slightly. Here for tonight, 64 around the region. Generally, that's going to be the temperature around our area. And as the front comes, you see those temperatures start to scoot on a little bit lower throughout the day. Friday and Saturday, the temperatures decide to just dip on over as the cold front comes on through. For tonight, low of 62 here in Tallahassee, 52 in Montgomery, and 46 in Atlanta. So definitely cooler, comfortable temperatures. You might need a little jacket, but you will be good. For tomorrow, high of 78 here in Tallahassee, 73 in Montgomery, and 64 in Atlanta. So generally, gorgeous temperatures, a little bit warmer in South Florida, but we will send it over to the desk with Alex and Brooke.
All right, thanks very much, Tawana. Now, Brooke, there seems to be a lot of bad weather going on in the Midwest with snow across Kansas and Oklahoma.
There is a lot of snow and mixed precip over there, so it's either snow, sleet, whatever you want to call it.
This
it's
is
all out there.
Yeah, it's associated with a cold front, and we have two main advisories across much of the Midwest, one being winter weather and one being winter storm. Now, neither of these are blizzard advisories, so that's not a bad thing. However, snow still accumulating can be a problem, especially on the roads.
Definitely, especially now since it's the holiday season and people are going to be traveling a lot this time of the year, right? Like
Yes.
you're going down south.
Yes, thank goodness there's no snow down south, so the traveling shouldn't be that much of a pain once I pass Gainesville. But of course, the traveling up for, if you have friends or family in Oklahoma, Colorado, places like that, you might want to be on the lookout because the snow doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon.
Right, and that can really mess with the flights out there, so there might be some cancellation, so you want to make other plans if possible, right?
Yeah, but I know you're going to get a little bit more in depth about what's going on around the nation, right?
Oh,
Pete?
I will get a little more in depth about that as we look at our current conditions outside. A lot of clouds for most part of the United States. Down south, you're still seeing a lot of these warmer temperatures. Miami's sitting at 79 degrees, San Antonio at 80 degrees. So there is a lot of warm temperatures still down south. And as we look towards the center of our nation, we're still seeing a lot of those cooler temperatures, especially all the way over in Denver, Colorado, 14 degrees right now. So November, you guys are sitting right around your average. You guys are also seeing a lot of snow out in Denver. Billings over here sitting at 20 degrees, a lot of sunshine in that area. So there are some typical times that you would see for the month of November. But about those weather warnings and stuff, we have winter weather advisory over for Grand County, which is going to expire around 7 o'clock. And that just means that there's just a lot of winds happening right now because of that low pressure system and cold front really affecting this part of the United States, bringing in a lot of moisture and mixed precip as well. So there's another winter warning, storm warning in this area as well in Union County. So a lot of stuff to be looking out for. So this is a better picture. So you can see this cold front right now making its way on through Illinois. The guys been seeing a lot of tornadoes as of last week. So things are going to start to temper down, and that's just going to continue to make its way on east. And trailing that is just going to be a lot of snow and a lot of mixed precip. Again, over in Denver, Colorado, and also in New Mexico and Utah, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of snow and winter weather out there. So a better picture of all of that. Again, that's just coming off from the mountains, and then that snow is just going to continue to affect and dwindle on through. And definitely you guys want to be careful if you're driving out in that area. As we look more towards our part of the woods, we're seeing a lot of rain and also making its way on through into our area, not into our area, but over in Pennsylvania, still some moisture as well. You guys really haven't had a break from all of that, but temperatures are seeping down just a little bit, so it does feel like it is November. So for tonight's forecast, we're seeing temperatures dropping down for most of our nation. 62 degrees here in Tallahassee, 7 degrees down in Denver. You guys are still not seeing the negative numbers just yet, but a lot of warmer temperatures as the day progresses into tomorrow. So again, a lot of 80s across the board. 78 here in Tallahassee and 38 degrees over in Tallahassee, Florida. So let's just take things over to Allie right now.
Oh, thank you, Brooke. We will bring this a little bit closer to home, and we will look at our satellite for Florida. You know, in Tallahassee, we're looking pretty good right now. However, you can see down at the very, very bottom of the screen, they are having a little bit of activity down in South Florida, and that's because of that stationary front still sitting over them, bringing them just a little bit of rain. However, not too bad for us, just a little bit of moisture associated with that high pressure system that's sitting just off to our east. However, that's not going to be affecting us for too much longer. We can zoom out just a little bit. Like I said, you know, not too much for now. We had a little bit of moisture this morning, and then you can start to see over towards the middle of the United States. That's our next big weather maker over there. So keep a lookout for that, and I'll get to that just a little bit later. But for now, we can look at our current conditions. 73 currently in Tallahassee. So we're feeling pretty good, pretty warm right now, especially for this time in November. However, our dew point 61, so that humidity is still getting up there, you know, still feeling a little bit uncomfortable because of that moisture coming in from the high pressure. Around the region, 73 in Tallahassee, 66 in Quincy, 72 down there in Carabel, so pretty nice temperatures for now. However, that won't be the case for the next week, and I will get to that right now. We will look at our futurecast, like I said, down in South Florida. They do have that stationary front bringing them just a little bit of rain for now, but that's not affecting us. So we will tomorrow have some nice sun and clouds that won't stay around for that much longer because of this cold front associated with this low pressure. That's going to start to move in, and you know what that means. That's going to move in, bring us some rain and cold Arctic air that's going to come in and lower our temperatures down. So our temperature for tonight is 62, but don't get used to that. All of those clouds, that's going to trap in the heat for tonight, but that won't be the story for next week. So if you're going to do anything outside, get that out of the way tonight and tomorrow, which we're going to have a nice temperature of 78 degrees. So it's going to be nice and sunny for tomorrow. our boating forecast, you know, there might be a few showers, so you might have to chance that out there. You know, you might want to stay inland and, you know, I don't know, go out and have a picnic, go for a run or something. But let's look at that 7-day. You know, tomorrow we are going to have sun, just some spotty showers, 20% chance. This weekend, nice 78 high temperatures, but there is going to be some rain associated with that cold front, and then you can see those temperatures drop. Look at that, 62 degrees for our high on Sunday, and then 64 on Monday. So it's going to be a cold one, so guys, don't forget those jackets. It's going to be a chilly start to the next week, but for now, we are going to send it back to the desk.
Thanks. So you're talking about a lot of rain in the area. I could tell you some places that do need a lot of rain.
Yes, California and Nevada are two of them, and I know Idaho also, and that's going to be the trend for most of the month to continue.
Right. They're in this drought, which means they are in conditions that can get into forest fires really, really quickly, right?
Yes, forest fires are always a concern, and also the fact that crops die out because there's not enough moisture in the area as well.
Right, so these are some areas that can really use some rain, but we do know that Los Angeles got a little storm today.
Yeah, so any rain can help.
We got it.
Like, we'd like the forecast to be wrong for this point because we don't like droughts anywhere across the state. I remember when Florida was in a big drought a few years ago.
Oh, it was terrible. I remember there was certain days you could water your grass and stuff.
Lake Okeechobee was at near record low, so the drought can definitely be bad if we're not prepared for it. However, it does look like it's going to be in the clear for Florida, which is good news.
Right, and especially if you're traveling, we do want to see some nice conditions out there, right?
And those conditions look like they're going to continue. But for some brighter conditions now, we're going to take it on to Pete with a look at around our state.
Hey, thank you very much, Alex. We're going to start off where the action is, and that is south of us. We saw plentiful sunshine, which was not the case further on south. Let's see if we can pull up this net cam. Perhaps Jupiter, Florida? Yeah, they had some spotty showers earlier, moving in east to west, a little bit opposite from our normal flow, but 77 degrees, abundant clouds, and rain showers are in the area. So if you are traveling, perhaps getting a little jump on those Thanksgiving travel plans, a week early, you definitely have some showers to deal with in South Florida. And we'll kick that out of the way as we head around our state to give us a temperature conditions. Well, there's no temperatures there. Let's put them on up there. What do you think? Well, 73 in Tallahassee, 65 in Pensacola. So in our area, 70 degrees or so, a little bit above average as you've been hearing from our weathercasters. That's not going to be sticking around though as we move into next week. But let's enjoy it while it's here because we got mid-70s throughout the south. And look at that, Key West, even past sunset, sitting at a pleasant 79 degrees. Moving ahead though to our dew points around our area, well, we can see that, of course, in our next graphic, measure the moisture content in the air, and these temperatures when they're in the 60s and into the 70s, you feel very sticky. And so from north to south, you see 60s up north, 70s down south, so it's feeling that sticky, moist condition southward. So while they may have a little bit more heat than we do, they have more moisture, so it's a little bit more sticky than our Tallahassee region today. Moving to our local radar, Central Orange County and Polk County, scattered showers, especially on the Beeline Expressway, moving from east to west on I-4. If you're in the theme park vicinity in Kissimmee and Orlando, it's been a wet one, especially eastward towards Volusia County. We'll move south a little bit just to see what's going on, and rain is the story, especially along Dade, Broward County, up 95 and Route 1. See a nasty little cell popping up here. Perhaps a little bit of lightning associated with that one, right on the coast. That should remain, at least through the evening hours, into overnight, but that should begin to clear out as that front moves its way off and fades away. For us, though, clear skies. You don't see anything here, not even a sea breeze to kick up any showers, so it looks fairly dry for our evening commute. Maybe overnight, we can't rule out that small chance of a shower. Futurecast radar model shows South Florida getting all of the activity. We remain clear in the panhandle, so if you get a chance to go out there and enjoy it tonight, it should be on the muggy side, although clear, lows around 60 or so degrees. Well, moving ahead for tonight, 62 for us, 60 in Jacksonville, mid-70s here. We got Tampa back to Miami, and we turn up the heat, of course, for tomorrow. 85 Tampa, 83 Orlando, unseasonably warm conditions right along that frontal boundary. For us, we get mid to upper 70s across the I-10 corridor. So, for the beginning of this week at least, weekend going through, going to be warm. Transition zone on Sunday, getting back to more seasonably cold conditions on Monday. But for more around our local region, Jack, let's take it away.
Yeah, Pete, actually, someone made the mistake and give me the freedom to roam across the nation before we jump into our national outlook. Got some snowstorms making their way into Colorado as well as into Kansas. And behind that, actually in front of it, I should say, some lines of strong storm starting to make its way through Arkansas, Little Rock, and into the Mississippi River Valley region. And that's the cold front that we've been talking about this whole show that will be bringing us some chilly temperatures as we make our way into the weekend. A broader look at it, could see some flash flooding concerns into New Mexico as we progress into tonight. But if we do drop back closer to home, Pete, temperatures currently are pretty warm out there. 73 in Tallahassee, 74 in Panama City, 67 in Albany. And you were saying this earlier, Pete, enjoy these warm conditions as they last because we're about to drop down in some temperatures in the next few days. Temperature change, though, for the past 24 hours. Yesterday, we were 9 degrees cooler. We're 9 degrees warmer in Tallahassee, 11 degrees warmer as well in Albany, 10 degrees warmer in Valdosta, and those warm temperatures won't be lingering around for long, though. Futurecast shows that as we progress into the night, we won't really see our lows drop down too bad. Progressing into Friday, we could see 80s. Friday night on our afternoon commute, we could see those temperatures mainly into the 70s, and into Saturday morning, that's when we start dropping down a little bit, and I don't think we'll really rebound from that and get up to those 70s like we saw today or even into tomorrow. Futurecast radar, though, shows mainly the rain lingering around into South Florida as that stingy stationary front continues to linger around into Florida Peninsula. Could see some rain starting to come into northern Alabama and northern Georgia, but for Tallahassee, we could squeeze out a storm into Friday morning as well as Saturday, but the radar's really not showing anything coming up, but it could always change in the next few days as that cold front approaches us. Tonight, though, what we can expect, 62 is what we're calling for in Tallahassee, 56 degrees in Dothan, 61 in Panama City, as well as 61 degrees in Pensacola, 58 degrees up in Dothan. And these will be pretty warm temperatures comparatively to the climatology. So some warm conditions tonight, but I don't think those warm conditions will last for long as we have this approaching cold front start coming in our area. But warm conditions again tomorrow, though. 78 degrees in Tallahassee, 77 in Valdosta, 73 degrees in Dothan. Those warm conditions will only last for one more day, so make sure you go out there, enjoy your Friday afternoon out there. Sneak peek into our weather. Will be warm. Temperatures will continue into Friday and into Saturday. We could have some possible showers in the region. Old man winter visits on Monday, though. 78s on both Friday and Saturday with those lows into the 60s. But when we jump into the 7-day forecast later with Alex, you'll see those temperatures at the beginning of the work week will not be looking too terrific. But for now, we'll send it back to the desk with Jay and Allie.
Thanks, Jack. That was a very lovely talk about the Southeast, right, Allie?
Yes, that was great. Thanks.
Yes, we're going to talk about Tropical Storm Helen affecting southeastern India right now. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so right now, this Tropical Storm Helen is located in the Bay of Bengal.
Yes, it has winds of up to 110 kilometers per hour, and for us, that would be 68 miles per hour. So not much of a hurricane yet, but expected to strengthen just a tad to make it into a Category 1 hurricane.
Right, yeah, so that is a big story for them. You know, right now it's forecasted to strike central Andhra Pradesh, the coastline. So they should start being prepared. You know, we don't know where it's going to go, but that's where it's headed right now.
Yes, the heaviest rain are expected along the central Andhra Pradesh coast, and where over 250 millimeters of rain is possible from November 22nd to the 23rd, as well as up to 150 millimeters of rain is also possible across northern Tamil Nadu.
Right, yeah, that's right. So, you know, right now, it's not expected to get that much stronger, not expected to be too severe. However, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. You know, you might want to stock up on those supplies, you know.
Yeah, so let's take it out to Alex for our last local.
All right, and as you can see, nice clear skies were the story earlier today. It is now overcast and cloudy outside, and of course it's nighttime, seeing as it's past 6 o'clock. But the dew point and humidity still kind of up in the high values, we should say, so it's feeling a little muggy, not as comfortable. Earlier today in the morning, it kind of spiked up, and we saw temperatures rise up a little, up into the upper 70s, now dropping now into 73 degrees, a little cooler off in Quincy, 66 degrees, and Bainbridge sitting at 70 degrees. The dew point illustrating this, it's not really dry anywhere across the Big Bend region. The driest spot, Mariana at 59 degrees, but that's not a big difference from Tallahassee sitting at 61. But we will be seeing those 30s and those 20s for dew points come into the later part of the weekend with those colder conditions, but not yet. We're going to have to deal with this for about maybe one more day. Winds also coming out of the east, and they tend to be drier coming out of the north-northwest. So until that pattern shifts, we're going to be seeing moisture probably feed in, maybe a sprinkle here or there, I should say, sparkle, but it's going to be relatively dry for the most part coming into the weekend. Satellite and radar showing some rainfall impacting sections of the borderline of Georgia and Alabama. Tallahassee staying mainly in the clear. However, we do have some overcast skies. The bulk of the activity near Orlando right now around Melbourne County and impacting Gainesville as well. Some rainfall there, but nothing in the way of anything severe, so that's good to hear. Now, this rainfall is associated with the stationary front, which is just stalled out right now over the southern tip of Florida, bringing them some rainfall and moisture. It's going to be keeping us warm overnight. We're going to be seeing maybe a mix of sun and clouds, I should say, throughout the week. And coming into next week, we're going to be seeing another Arctic front move in and a blast of cold air. Temperatures, once again, we might be seeing the 30s like a few weeks ago. So we might want to stay tuned to see just how cold it could get with that 7-day forecast. However, for tonight's forecast, plentiful clouds, about a 20% chance of rainfall. Temperatures ranging anywhere from the lower 60s to upper 50s. It's about a little above average day. Winds mainly coming out of the east-northeast at 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow's forecast, a mix of sun and clouds again with that rainfall chance lingering. Highs anywhere in the upper 70s. Tallahassee at 78 degrees. It might spark up to 80 degrees just because of the fact that it is humid out there, so it might feel a little warmer. Winds also coming out of the east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. What are we going to be seeing for the next day? Muggy conditions to start and warming up. It's going to be feeling muggy throughout the day. However, those clouds will not disappear at all. It's going to be above average for yet another day. This has been the season for us in the most part. And our 7-day forecast is showing rainfall continue to threaten throughout the most part of the week into the weekend, and come Monday, it's going to be sunny with lows in the possible upper 30s. However, the rainfall chances increase just in time for Thanksgiving, but that's not a good thing. However, we do have good news regarding our sports, and I'm sure Jay and Allie will talk to us about that.
Yes, indeed, Alex. Our Seminole sports are taking on some very interesting opponents today. Right, Allie?
Oh, yeah. Tonight, the one that I'm most excited about is women's soccer. Did you know women's soccer is ranked number 2 right now? So the big story is about football, but who knew about soccer?
Yeah, soccer. Our women's soccer are taking names and bringing out their opponents like they should be. We know our Seminole spirit is alive and well tonight. As well as men's basketball, they're playing in Puerto Rico right now at 7:30 tip-off against VCU. You catch on ESPNU for more.
Right, and we have women's basketball too.
Yes, indeed. They're playing at UF right now. This should be in the second half, playing against UF. So we wish them the best of luck as they take down our rival.
And of course, we all know the big Seminole game day this Saturday.
Of course, against Idaho at 3:30. We're expecting a little chance of rain to come up, but we hope it stays dry and nice for the game.
Yeah,
What?
so I hope you guys all get out there and support the Noles. I know we'll be there. You know, Saturday's going to be a nice day for us. We're going to have a high of 78, so we're still going to feel that, warm temperature.
Yes, but the temperature starts to cool down a little bit more when it goes to Monday. But you can like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, and also you can watch us on livestream.FSU Weather. Right, Allie? Anyways, this is student meteorologist Jay Kimball.
And I'm Allie Brannon.
Have a great night, Tallahassee.